Hello, Internet! And we're going to continue with Harry Potter month. I expected to do more videos this month, Harry Potter related, but things ended up not working out. And I know I'm cutting it really close, but I'm thinking about continuing to do these kinds of videos throughout the year. So this won't be the last time you're hearing me talk about Harry Potter. Now, for this Harry Potter video, I decided to come up with an original book tag. Now, my absolute favorite character from the Harry Potter series is Tom Riddle, aka Lord Voldemort. He was the best. Oh, but that's why Chamber of Secrets is my favorite. I'm sorry. He's just the OG, the original. I love him so much. And as such, I decided to make a Tom Riddle book tag, because what would Harry Potter be without the Dark Lord? So for this, there were going to be 7 questions. Originally I had a lot more, but then I remembered 7 is a perfect number. I want to forewarn any of you guys, I have a strange sense of humor and I do not expect everyone to get it. These questions, their names, what they mean, all of that's go to junk. Take it as you will. I made these questions because they made me laugh, but if you want to take a new meaning to whatever I said, I won't blame you. I don't expect people to understand me and half of the things that come out of my mouth. So now, let's get started. Question number 1, The Boy Who Lived. This, I want you to think of an author, a book series, a book that just won't die. No matter how much you want to get rid of it, no matter how much you bash it, no matter how much you pretty much destroy its name, or at least attempt to get rid of it, it simply won't die out, and every other reader seems super excited about it, even though you hate it and you wish it would just go away. And for this, I am going with City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. I have not made this a hidden note in any of my videos. I do not like Cassandra Clare, and I especially don't like City of Bones. I know some of you are gonna come at me, but I don't care. Really don't like the series. And every time I see another Cassandra Clare book, be like, oh my gosh, that next Cassandra Clare book, and everybody go wild, I just want to like stab the book and be like, why are you reading trash? Maybe she's grown to be a better writer since the first 6 books of City of Bones, but I doubt it, so no. Question number 2, Horcrux, the Diary. A book that you would like to live in. And for this, I'm going to have to go with Harry Potter. I mean, it's the OG. If I could be a witch, I would be living life. Now, don't come at me being like, but the Harry Potter world, the wizarding world isn't great. It's not perfect. Damn shit, I know it's not perfect. My favorite character is a guy who likes to murder people, and I'd probably be one of the first ones murdered by him. I know it ain't perfect, but I would still like to live there. At least in that unperfect world, I would get some real magic, unlike this one, okay? Stop it. Number 3. Prophecy. A book that was destined to blow up in your face. Now, in this, it's like a book that you knew when you started it, it was going to have a sad ending. It was going to do something that you weren't going to like, but you wanted to read it anyway because you were really curious, but you knew something that was going to happen in this book that you were going to be displeased with, or you were going to be saddened by, or something along those lines. Like, it's not going to work out favorably for you in the end. And for this, I am going with Madeline Miller's The Song of Achilles. Now, I know the story of the Iliad very well. I like to study mythology. I am an English major. Let's say I'm familiar with it. Now, I knew when I started Song of Achilles how the end was going to go, how all the characters and what all the results were, what the end game was, and I was like, man, I'm gonna do it anyway. I know this isn't gonna be the happiest story. And I was very satisfied. It was still a good book, even though it was destined to be sad and make me want to tear up a little. I'm sorry, there's like this giant moth right outside my window. It's very distracting. Number 4, the Quirrell Effect. A character whose life you wouldn't mind having. And for this, I'm going to go with Jack Blank from The Accidental Hero by Mac Mulch. This was just a very fun book. I liked the idea of the world called Imagination. I liked how it had different sections and how it said it was the place where all muse ideas come from. I liked how it blended the genres of sci-fi and supernatural and medieval and all of those sort of things, and the fact that in the land of imagination it is just as common to see a superhero as it is to see an android. And I thought that would be like, I wouldn't mind being Jack Blake. He has some struggles. No, maybe I would want to be Allegra, okay? She is one of Jack's best friends. Yeah, I wouldn't mind being her, backstory and all. I wouldn't mind being that girl. She's pretty amazing. Number 5, His Highness the Dark Lord. Choose any character who you're quite convinced that he or she simply wants to be worshipped all day long. That is their goal in life, to be worshipped and praised. For this, I'm going to have to go with the Darkling from the Grisha trilogy. Now, once you have read through all of this, you realize the Darkling just wants everyone to worship him and tell him he got good hair. Like, that's his main goal in life. The runner-up to this question may be Ludo from Star Wars versus the Forces of Evil, but the Darkling simply because I think he would make the Dark Lord proud. Yeah, Ludo would have been killed by Voldemort, but you know, it just has to fit in a person who wants to be worshipped all the time. So choose who you want. Question number 6, Heir to Beware. Now this one's kind of similar to number 5, but this one has a very specific answer. Now you have to choose the most Slytherin character you've come across in any book, where you just look at that character and you're like, that character can't be anything other than Slytherin. Come on, Sorted Hat, don't play with me. I know you don't even have to touch this kid's head. For this, I'm going to have to go with Kaz Breaker from Six of Crow duology. Now, we know when we read this, Kaz, he's Slytherin through and through. He ain't afraid to hurt you and get to your low points so that he can succeed. He's all about those goals, those ambitions. He got plans. He ain't shy from a little revenge, and he's gonna whack people with a cane, and that's probably why I love him the most. But yeah, Slytherin to a T. The 7th and last question is Only Power. A book that made you feel powerful. In some sort of aspect, you just felt like you were on top of the world. You're there, you're ready to fight. You're ready to kill the boy who lives. You're ready to take over the world. You're just ready. Because only power. And for this, I'm going to choose We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson. Now, I know this isn't a traditional We Are Powerful sort of book. Most, I would think, would choose a magically powerful or a superhero book. But for me, this was personal, and this made me feel powerful. This book is about a kid who he's been abducted by aliens a lot. He's 16. For the past 3 years, he's been abducted by aliens. He gets abducted a recent time when this book begins, and he is told that the world is going to end in 144 days. However, he has the power to save it. He only has to push this button on their ship. And so this whole book goes through whether or not he wants to push this button, and if he really wants to save the world. And it discusses a lot about mental health, about depression, about all sorts of things. And it was like a very powerful position to see this kid in, where he had to decide whether or not he wanted to save the world, and whether he wanted to do it for himself, or if he had to come up with some excuse. His reasons behind pushing the button or not pushing the button. Plus, a lot of the mental health stuff that goes in this and the type of depression this kid has, because it ends up being a story about depression and that sort of mental illness and how it affects your life, is a lot similar to one that I have, like nearly identical. So I really felt truly connected to this character. I really, like, after I came out of this, I was amazed and mind blown, because not all depression is created equal, and I'd never really seen a depression so similar to mine before. So to come out of this and just see someone who related so well, even if it was a fictional character, and I know the author couldn't have wrote this character unless he experienced the same, but just to relate so dearly to a character in that deep emotional level, and then just when you come out of something like that, there is no way to describe the power you feel, the relief you feel, just how good it feels to see someone who has felt the exact same way, who has gone through things the same way, who treats situations the same way that you do, to see your mind at play but in another person, to know that you're not alone. Nothing can compare to that. Nothing. So that is it for this book tag, the Tom Riddle book tag. Only 7 questions. It's really easy. If you guys want to try out this tag, go ahead, full throttle, try it out. I hope you guys understood the jokes in my questions. I hope you understood the meanings and the names and all of that. I really just created this because I thought it would be fun and I thought they would be funny. And Tom Riddle is my favorite character, so I thought it'd be worthy enough for Harry Potter month. So click all the bunnies down below if you like what you see here, and goodbye, Internet.